Mr. Secretary, it's good to see you again. So I want to get straight into some of what we've seen in this past year. We know that VA workers have been stripped of nearly all their labor rights. The department is struggling to staff and deliver services to veterans. Proven programs have been gutted while promising new, more effective solutions. And the Department of Homeland Security is kidnapping and deporting veterans and executing VA employees in broad daylight. And yet, folks seem unbothered. I've come to believe that's because employee retention and satisfaction, quality service delivery, consistent outcomes, and veteran protections aren't actually the goals of the VA. The truth is that it doesn't seem like you care about those things. Your mission, I'll be frank from what I'm seeing, is you care about pleasing this president, advancing his privatization to profit agenda. Look, I want to take your words after Alex Preddy was executed by DHS. You used your statement to blame Minnesota state and local officials for a murder perpetrated at the hands of federal agents. And at a time when accountability, integrity, honesty, and courage were needed, Secretary, you peddle some of the same trash that DHS was peddling, even though your responsibility is to lead the VA, not to do the job of DHS. So I want to ask you a couple questions. Secretary, did you talk to Secretary Noem or the president or anyone in the administration about Alex Preddy?
No.
Yes or no?
I have not talked to anyone about that
Okay.
in the administration.
Well, let me ask you, if you would you have talked to them about how he cared about the nation's veterans as he took care of them in hospitals?
I'm not going to engage in hypothetical conversations.
Well, so you haven't talked to them and you are not going to talk about hypothetical standing up for Alex. So, Mr. Secretary, let's see if there's some care now. Would you call for Secretary Noem to resign given her execution of a VA employee?
I have said all on this issue that I'm going to say, and
okay, you have nothing else to talk about it. Okay, got it. So I want to then pivot and talk to you about deported veterans. Let's take your words on VA's role in targeting non-citizen veterans. In a letter dated January 13th, at the same time that you recognize that your mission is to serve all veterans, you also admitted that you're sharing non-citizen data consistent with interagency agreements. Has your agency assisted in the deportation of non-citizen veterans, Mr. Secretary? Yes or no?
That comes from a report that has nothing to do with sharing the legal status of veterans. That
Secretary,
actually comes to us.
Has your agency helped deport veterans?
Yes, no,
you're not going to answer.
Do you want an answer or not?
I do, but you don't
want an answer or not? Then yes, no is not an answer. And you've been here long enough.
Then it tells me that you're trying to cover up the fact that you are assisting. I'm moving on and I'm reclaiming my time.
Well, I can sit here and talk.
Let's continue. Mr. Secretary.
Gentlewoman's reclaiming her time.
So let me ask you another question. Are you ensuring that deported veterans are still receiving their benefits? Are deported veterans still receiving their benefits? That's a pretty simple yes or no. Yes? No?
On that question, I'll be frank with you. On that question, depending on their legal status and everything, how they'd actually get veterans and benefits, we'll have to see what that actually says.
So we don't know. Okay, then let me move on.
Unlike you, I'm actually answering honestly.
I have a minute and 26 seconds. Actually, I'm being very honest. It was a yes or no, and you don't know if they're getting their benefits or not. So I want to talk about VA workers now. Secretary Collins, let's take your words on VA workers. At the same time that you said VA employees need to be singularly focused on veteran care and services, you dragged VA employees as too often fighting against the best interests of veterans. In your crusade against VA labor, you have illegally terminated collective bargaining rights, ended unpaid parental leave, and terminated the use of FMLA for in-law care. And yet people seem to be running to work at your VA. I almost applauded you for reducing the time to hire a VHA employee from 109 days in 2024 to 47 days as of last month. But look, I took a closer look at it and I realized that it's smoke and mirrors. Unlike your predecessor who measured the time to hire as the number of days it takes for a new hire to start the job, you are measuring the number of days it takes for an applicant to receive a tentative job offer. And that is why we can't trust anything that's coming out of your office. It is clear, Secretary Collins, that you don't care about Alex Preddy. You certainly can't even respond to yes or no basic question about deported veterans or the workforce. You have no commitment to accountability, to integrity, or to honesty, and you cannot be trusted to do the reorg of the VA because just like that time to hire board, you peddle lies, half-truths, and misinformation. Look, this is what I'm going to say to you. I only have 2
The
seconds.
gentlewoman's time has
Will be held
expired.
accountable.
The gentlewoman's time has expired.